Welcome to Season 2 of SavePoint, featuring more games, more entertainment, more epicness, and more ethics in video gaming journalism. Coming up.
We don the Batsuit and deal back justice in our Batman Arkham Knight preview. Mount our horses and ride across the land of Temeria in our review for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And go back in time for our Life is Strange review. This and more coming up on SavePoint.
All that remains is for you to watch.
First up, we draw our long swords though for the review of the hotly anticipated game from the CD Projekt Red, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
The world of Temeria is a huge place. A place that's filled with violence, political struggles, monsters and plenty of corruption. It's no place for heroes, but witchers. And Geralt of Rivia is the best there is in the final chapter in the Witcher saga, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. As a contracted monster slayer, Geralt, along with his past partner Yennefer, must find his adopted daughter Ciri, who is being chased by the Wild Hunt. It's a race against time as Geralt must act fast to find Ciri, with the choices he makes along the way affecting the ones close to him and the world around him.
In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
As you ride through Temeria, you'll come to realise that the world is absolutely huge, gorgeous to look at despite some frame rate hitches, and brimming with things to do. From big cities, long forests, small towns and villages, you'll see the highs and lows this world has to offer. All can be influenced by your choices. These aren't simple good and bad, paragon and renegade choices here. Nearly every choice has a complex moral grey area that will make you seriously think before you act.
Leave now. You're disrupting the ritual.
Take him and disperse the others.
Battling through the hordes of drowners, wraiths, bandits and others who dare stand in a Witcher's path, the combat has seen much needed improvement over The Witcher 2. Even though it's more action based than past Witcher games, you'll still need to keep your wits about you and make effective use of your strong and fast attacks, dodges, parries, magic, bombs and potions when facing tougher enemies.
Now pay the rest and let's part in peace.
And through Geralt's journey, I was enamoured by the sheer attention to detail that didn't just go into the main quest but also the side quests. Remarkably, everything little and big in The Witcher 3 has been crafted with such care and attention. Whether it's a contract you pick up or someone you randomly find on your journeys, everything has a story with enough of its own exposition that's well worth caring about. Nothing feels throwaway or tacked on, and it's all so enjoyable. It's easy to get sidetracked from your main quest to see what else the game has in store for you. And this is not a game for the faint of heart, with themes of violence, political power struggles, racism, religious activisms and even homophobia. It's mature as they come in this game.
How many people's lives have you saved? From Brookside, from Leshens?
Add that the excellent writing, which at times is flat out hilarious when it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Really got an imp problem? Or is that just an imp or affection in the notice?
Simply put, The Witcher 3 is everything we'd hoped it would be and more. A lovingly crafted fantasy adventure that will have you crying with joy, excitement and guilt. Therefore, it gets an easy recommendation of buy it. This game deserves a spot in your collection. Now if you'll excuse me, these contracts aren't going to solve themselves.
So Imran, I hear you're quite the fan of fantasy games, especially The Witcher.
I've never played The Witcher 3, and nor do I want to.
I believe in a less explicit version of Words of Yahtzee, it's a poop game for twits. How about that?
Yes, you could say that. More S's and T's in those than what you would say. No, I've never liked the Witcher series and probably never will. I've definitely been more of an Elder Scrolls fan myself, as well as the Fable franchise. I always thought that The Witcher often tries to use, it's like Game of Thrones, in which it tries to use shock value in order to try and win people over. I just don't think it works. I just think it's terrible. Well, honestly, a horrible game.
Well, that's what you
horrible
think.
People.
Well, that's what you think, but now on to our new segment. But this time we're doing it a bit differently. Rather than me yapping on, both of us are going to yap on. We're going to have a bit of a discussion about it.
Okay, great.
So, first news story is Assassin's Creed. A new one was announced.
Oh yeah, it's Assassin's Creed
Syndicate.
Syndicate, that was the one. Oh yeah, that older one. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Assassin's Creed games either.
But I heard you like Assassin's Creed 4.
Actually, you know, Assassin's Creed 4 was good, to be fair, like, because it's a pirate adventure with like pirates and stuff, and like...
To be fair, it was probably the best Pirates of the Caribbean game.
Yeah, you could say.
So this one is set in London, so what do you think about that? Victorian London, actually.
Well, that's interesting, but were the pirates in Victorian London? Because
No.
at this point, the golden age of piracy would have ended about 100 years afterwards, where this would have ended, so pirates probably wouldn't have anything to do with the Victorian London setting.
To be fair, in Assassin's Creed 4, after the story is over, Edward does move over to London.
So you're saying that his piracy could continue once more?
Who knows?
Very interesting. I actually might genuinely be interested to buy the game if there is more pirate adventuring, because I feel it's the only thing that gave the Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed 4, anything worth playing for, really. I always thought they were quite droll and terrible. For terrible
Well, you heard that,
people.
Ubisoft. Please include pirates in Assassin's Creed Victory. Not Victory, it's Syndicate. Yes, Victory was a much better name. So next up is CD Projekt Red, who made the Witcher games, and they're going to be making a new game called Cyberpunk 2077, which is a sci-fi game, and they had that like CG trailer with the Knife Lady and the really rad music. And they said they're not going to be talking about it till 2017, even though they announced it like 2 years ago.
See, I always find that game companies which do this, it always leads them down a bad path. Like you can look, for example, at Duke Nukem Forever, which was delayed for about 20 years, and then it just came out being a load of rubbish, which I can't use proper words, which I would use because...
To be fair, I think you're right, especially, this goes back to The Witcher, how they had, and even Watch Dogs, where they had graphics that was way better than the game ended up to be.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a thing of, just show your games when they're ready.
Yeah, well, another good example would be the Ride to Hell. A fiasco, basically, where they had a good idea for a game, but with so much like extra development time and so much postponing, it just ended up being terrible and just not worth playing and being the worst game ever.
Anyway, so we need to move on. And our last news story is Splatoon. It's a Nintendo game, and because
I hate Nintendo,
I want you to wear this.
Do I have to?
Yes, it's in your contract. Looks better. So, Splatoon, this is quite an odd news story. So what happened was there was a special edition that included amiibos, which I have to confess I have a bit of an addiction to. I am so sorry. And so it came with a special edition amiibo, but if you ordered from game, you're out of luck. Pretty much, their entire shipment was stolen.
Actually, genuinely, my cousin had this issue. He genuinely ordered all of that amiibo nonsense malarkey, and he had it all robbed basically because the shipment was stolen, and he had he sent an angry letter to Nintendo, and they refused to like refund him properly for it because they're greedy and exploitative. And that's why I hate Nintendo.
That is very true. I can see Will over there just shaking his head in disgust because he's quite the Nintendo fan. But this is kind of the thing about that. Pretty much means that you're out of luck because that's a section of the game that you're not going to have access to now.
I know, it's absolutely...
And that's kind of an issue with the amiibos, especially with the scarcity of them. That's content that you're not probably ever going to get. Not until Nintendo actually decide to restock them.
Or they find the people who stole the shipment.
That will probably never happen. I'll be surprised if it does actually. I might log onto Twitter later and they'll be like, oh, they were found, and be like, I was wrong. Rat was right all along.
I'm always right, remember, George. I'm always right.
Apart from The Witcher. There we go.
Right,
so that's all our news stories for the moment. I think that was a very good discussion.
Very good indeed.
But next up, let's don the cape and cowl and start the Batmobile's engines for our preview of Batman Arkham Knight.
The end has come. Gotham lies in chaos, and crime runs rampant.
Greg?
Yeah?
This is the voice, man.
But it's a Christian Bale Batman voice.
Yeah, but you're not Christian Bale.
Yeah, well, we're doing a Batman preview, so I feel it fits.
It's a bit, well, melodramatic, don't you think?
Yeah, well, it adds to the entertainment value.
Well, whatever. We're just gonna redo it, okay?
Okay, start over.
3, 2, 1, action.
The end has come. Gotham lies in chaos and crime runs rampant, and Bruce Wayne must don the cape and cowl once more in the Arkham Trilogy's final chapter. Seriously, Arkham Origins never counted. But all that matters is that the Dark Knight is back and ready to dispense justice through Batmaning anyone he sees fit. No longer confined to an asylum or a sectioned off city, thanks to the power of Next Gen, the Crepe Crusader has been let loose in the entire city of Gotham to deal out his own brand of justice. And of course, a bigger city needs a new way of getting around, which is brilliant because for the first time in the series, you get to drive the Batmobile! So along with being able to drive the best car in existence, everything you could possibly want from a Batman game is here. Gadgets, detective work, pummeling the corruption out of criminals. Basically, you're Batman. And come on, who wouldn't want to be Batman?
The city's overrun. We don't stand a chance.
Stay here. I'll send someone to pick you up.
What are you doing?
Evening the odds.
But it's not a Batman game without the rogue gallery of villains including Two-Face, the Riddler, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Scarecrow. Hopefully along with his mind-numbingly awesome dream sequences. But holy man in an armoured suit, Batman! All these will be joined by a mysterious new villain, the Arkham Knight, with a mysterious identity that will undoubtedly be playing a key role in the story.
Keep your guns trained up.
A story revolving around each of them trying to kill, guess who? Batman. Well, of course, good luck with that because he's Batman and has more gadgets, more bone-crunching and concussion-inducing moves, and more ways to get around. Did I mention the Batmobile? Because it's the Batmobile and more badass than any Batmobiles that have come before. I'm looking at you, Tumblr. Basically, more Batman. Who can complain? Batman Arkham Knight comes out 23rd of June on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and we recommend it more than not lying to Batman when he politely asks you for directions.
If you're lying, I'll break the other one.
The other one! Ah!
Well, what a start to the show, but the question now is, what's next?
Well, George, it's quite simple really. We kill the Batman.
I'm in for the show.
Well, I wanted to make a familiar reference. The Dark Knight came out like 10 years ago. But speaking of familiar, why are so many games from last gen being released on current gen consoles? I give my 2 cents in Greg's rant. Welcome to SavePoint, presented in 720p resolutions at 30 frames per second. Coming soon is SavePoint Remastered Edition, featuring 1080p resolutions, 60 frames per second, and including all add-on content. Okay, are you sick of remasters? I mean, they're not bad, but why are there so damn many of them? The Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 5, Halo, Tomb Raider, DMC, Borderlands? I already bought all these games on my 360 and PS3. Why the hell do I need to buy them again on my PS4 and Xbox One? Don't get me wrong, I love games like The Last of Us. It's one of my favourite games of all time and it's way better in 60 frames per second, yet I'm paying for the same game I bought nearly a year later. I mean, same with Grand Theft Auto 5, same game I bought before, which is brilliant on last gen consoles, just prettier. Now with Borderlands the Handsome Collection, DMC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition, and coming soon the God of War 3 remaster, possibly even an Uncharted remaster, and even a Gears of War remaster, this is kind of getting out of hand really. Hell, some of these aren't even the definitive edition, more like a almost as good as the PC version edition. At the same time, the lack of backwards compatibility in these consoles prevents us from just getting our old gen games and just popping them into our new gen consoles. Not to say there's not any that don't make sense like Grim Fandango Remastered for the PS4 and PC. It's one of the games that does make sense to take a beloved decade-and-a-half old game that not many people played, spice it up a bit and then let it loose on the world and let nature do the rest. But this has gotten way out of control. And this goes to show why this generation of consoles has been pretty lousy so far. The fact that we don't have true next-gen games on our new consoles, and yet a lot of our games we played before in the previous generation, I wonder how long this will go on for. Will it slow down next year? Probably. But if this keeps up for years down the line, then many will wonder, what's the point of new consoles? Alright, Iron Man, let's do this! Charge! Well, I figured, man, after all these remasters, we need something a bit more unconventional, and do you know what? I found it! Really? Yes, a dating agency simulator.
Why do you want to torture me with this show, George? Genuinely, I don't get it.
Because you said The Witcher 3 was a bad game.
It is a bad game, but no, this is...
So this is Kitty Powers Matchmaking. It was on a mobile and it recently just launched on Steam, actually.
But, okay, to explain...
So, for instance, you've got a bunch of clients. So this is one of our clients. She is Demi. She is a thrash metal guitarist and she's looking for a man.
Okay.
Okay? And we've got to find her a match, pretty much. And she's a geeky type. So we've got to find a nice man.
Right, well, why don't you give her a dungeon master? Because
that's a good idea. And also he's got blonde hair. She likes blonde hair.
I was going to say, if he's a dungeon master, he can be good for either her nerdy side and for her thrash metal side.
Exactly.
If you catch my drift.
We'll date him. So where should we go?
What do you mean? Where should we go?
We're going to go to a nice restaurant.
What?
The King's Helmet.
Jesus. Whether you get a good letter from a successful client is based on true comparison with their partner. Oh my days, this is the worst. You Ellen? Yes, I am. You must be Demi.
So we'll narrate this, okay? So we'll do like, alright, VO for this.
Pleased to meet you.
This is a nice place, isn't it?
Yes, it's quite popular actually. Your hair is a nice shade of blonde, and that's the first thing I noticed about you.
Thanks, I just had it done.
Ah,
well, kind of. Before the show.
Lovelier locks than a luxury locksmith. That doesn't make any sense. That literally makes no sense.
Good evening, are you ready to order?
Yes, please, sorry. What would you like?
I'd like something hot with no meat. I'm a vegetarian, so I never eat meat.
Oh, it's gonna cause an issue.
What's hot without meat?
Well,
do we have any food experts here?
Go for the Stilton and onion tart. That's a great one.
Thank you, Will. Wait.
Oh no, because that's gonna be stinky.
Will, that was your fault.
That's gonna be smelly ass breath.
Oh, got it. Someone shot with love. Who should we do it? Who should be shot with love?
I say shoot the man with love.
Aw.
That's sweet, I guess.
Yeah. Social.
Describe a shy wallflower for the life of the party.
Question probably a shy. Ah, see, they're both introverted.
Later that evening.
What else?
How far do we get to see this date night go? Does it just end at the end of the meal?
It just ends and then we see if they're going to be together.
That's boring. Oh my god.
Wrong.
I used to say music lessons.
Wrong. There we go. Match him. Oh, I'll see if I can skim this.
And even later that evening, still in the restaurant.
I think they're just eating their food. She likes it or she loves it? Shall I lie? Let's lie.
Say she loves it.
Yeah. Did they get away with it? Yes. Well, I think we need to actually move on a bit, so...
Yeah, I think I'd rather move on in my life than that, honestly. That honestly hurts me as a person. That was terrible.
Well, I think, we won't even know if they'll have a nice future together. But enough pondering about the future. Let's rewind and go back in time for our review of the episodic Life is Strange. Life is Strange, created by Don't On Entertainment, who also made 2013's Remember Me, which you probably don't remember, is an episodic game in the same vein of Telltale's The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, where you play as introverted teen Max Caulfield, who early on in the game has the power to rewind time. As an interesting twist to the established adventure game formula, instead of locking you into a choice once you made it, you can rewind time and make a different choice.
Hey, why don't you leave her alone?
You're part of the problem, Missy. I will remember this conversation.
Oh, Max, that was great. I have to go, but thank you. Maybe I should rewind and mind my own business?
You can't fool me. I know everything about this school. I cover the waterfront.
Thanks for nothing, Max. Man, I should have stepped in between Kate and David.
Beyond that, it's your typical adventure game affair, exploring, puzzle solving, and dialogue trees. Speaking of dialogue, this is where the biggest problem with Life is Strange persists. For a narrative-driven experience, the dialogue is, well, for the most part, bad. Most of Max's inner monologue consists of sentences no teenager would ever say.
Must protect my precious so Max never has to chase it down again.
Add that the teen angst, awkward culture references, and this glorious pun.
Now, why don't you go yourselfie?
All conveyed with awkward lip syncing that really broke the immersion sometimes.
I'm on top of it. I think John Lennon once said that life is what happens while you're busy making other plans.
Max, you're on fire today. All the right answers, good.
Despite these issues, I found the story to be compelling enough to make the dialogue and odd Facebook reference bearable. With themes of nostalgia, power struggles, and even school bullying, the plot is intriguing enough to make me interested in the rest of the season, not to mention the emotional gut punch in episode 2's conclusion. These are my thoughts on the season so far, which, as I wrote this review, is only 3 episodes out of 5 down. So as for now, it's difficult for me to place a score on something which is currently not complete. So while this isn't a score for the whole season, I'm giving Life is Strange at its current state a recommendation of try it. Give the trial or even the first episode a go, because in its current state, it's still unproven whether or not the whole season will be consistently good. I'm hopeful, but I'm not holding my breath.
So,
That was interesting. Anyway, on to our Gang Beats Let's Play, where we've got 2 extra guests on our show. We've got John,
Hello.
our lovely friend, and Will, who's just happy to be here.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just happy I'm wearing this platoon hat. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that is the only reason I'm here, because I wanted this hat.
Oh, it's alright, Will.
Don't take it off. No, take it off.
No, I'm not taking it off.
Take it off. Come on, let's start the game.
So we're going to play Gang Beasts. This is a game that's currently available on Early Access for Steam, and it's actually coming soon to the PS4 and Vita as well.
Oh, that's good. I've seen Game Grumps play this, and they really, really enjoyed it.
Yes, so let's start.
I played this before and I hated it.
Which John, can you see?
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch up there because I think I'm the red guy.
No, I'm the red guy. So I'm gonna jump.
I'm on the blue guy.
Who was green?
I think.
Oh, I think I just killed myself.
Ah, there I go, the chicken.
John killed himself.
He didn't kill himself. He fell to his death.
Greg, you want to quickly explain about this game while we're playing?
Yeah. So what you got to do is you got to knock everyone off the stage. So it's a bit like Smash Brothers, only I don't know. It's kind of like Smash Brothers. That's a good way to think about it. And Will died.
I think I'm the yellow one.
Wait, who's the red one?
Anymore.
What? It's me. Oh no. No. What are you doing? Oh my day.
Come here.
So what are the controls? Because I just ran off the edge.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so what you do is you press L1 and R1 to punch you or grab, hold them down to grab, and...
George, you won?
I didn't even need to try.
You won?
I just killed themselves.
No, I'm the red guy.
Oh.
I'm the red guy.
Oh, I was happy just then.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'm very confused as well.
Alright, so in all honesty, Greg, do you play this game regularly?
Well, it's a multiplayer game, so I need some people to play it with.
Okay.
Who am I? Oh, don't tell me that's me. Am I dead already?
I think the controls have died.
What happened?
I fell off, but I still live.
Oh dear, a serious problem.
He's making it across that floor though. Look at him go.
Oh, is that like dangerous?
He's loving this.
Blech.
My guy's over in the corner. Yeah. He's just contemplating life or something.
No. I'm trying to move, but I'm not doing anything.
Well, my guy just died because I lost control.
Yes, I just took Greg down.
I'm still alive, but I'm just walking. If you can just see me there.
Wait, if you
it was a bad technical problem.
John, it's me versus you.
I've got a bad problem here.
Oh, I thought I was the yellow one.
No, I'm the yellow one.
So I don't know what the hell's happening.
Neither do I.
I can't move.
Neither do I.
Or something.
I think
Possibly. Either way though, I'm going to take it as a win because I technically didn't die.
Oh. Okay, I think it's best we do one more round and then
one more round, but we'll do it somewhere else. We'll do it in the
Subway. I work at a Subway, so we should do it there.
Incinerator.
Yes. Awkward.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So did I win that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we're in now. Hi, John.
I can't move again.
Oh, it's on the red geezer.
I swear to God, if you gang up on me because I can't move, I'll
It's a
punch you in
gang
the face.
beast.
Yeah, I don't care.
Which one?
It's not Bully John, is it? No.
It's
So leave me
not, I
alone.
will not stand for this nonsense.
Who is that? Who is that chicken? Pretty face.
Me.
Here comes.
What are you going after me for?
Well,
Yeah, go after
I'm sorry,
the one that
John.
can't move.
You take a nap. I'll go and beat everyone else up.
Okay, that's fine.
Come on, George. Come on, George. You'll come in with me, buddy.
No, don't beat up John.
Will, I'm trying to. You're going
Do
after
not beat
John.
up John. Don't. That's mean.
You're attacking the weak because you can't fight anyone for yourself.
No,
no.
Leave me alone. I have so much to live for.
No, Will. In the incinerator
John,
you go.
How'd you pick people up?
No.
I'm not gonna lie to you, George. I've moved left.
I think I'm just.
John, you press R1 and R1 to
I'm
like
literally
beat people
running
up.
around with my hands flailing.
Get over here.
You know what?
Wait, Will died.
Did I win?
Someone won.
I won.
All right,
I don't care.
Hands down. John is the best.
Congratulations, John. You have won, and as a prize,
I get something.
You got a prize.
you win a PS3 copy of Get Fit with Mel B.
Oh yes, my favourite game of all time. That's brilliant.
Just gonna put it on the floor. That's not Not having that. Not having that.
Well, and that's it for SavePoint. Sadly, we hope you had a good time. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.